Michael, almost 2 years ago, you left basketball. You wanted to get away from the media. They had no more challenges. Less than 2 years, you're back. Why now? Why jump back into a fishbowl that's even bigger than the one you left?
Well, I mean, either way, my life has been a fishbowl no matter what. You know, on the court, off the court. That's just something that I've kind of created for myself and certainly of my family. But I think being that I'm older, I know how to deal with that, especially for my family's sake. You know, when I'm with my family, that's my private life. That's certainly, you know, my time with them. I think one thing I kind of totally forgot, you know, once I retired 18 months ago was my love for the game of basketball. As much as I tried to stay away from the game, I mean, the more times that I played, the more times that my appetite got wet. So, you know, once the baseball situation kind of diffused a little bit, I mean, it was good for me. I think it really gave me a chance to get my mind away from the game of basketball and more or less go back to the basics of, you know, participating, you know, from a, you know, not from a standard of, you know, high standards that I've set for myself, but down where I had to work to get what I got.
You're coming home tonight, but this arena isn't really home. I mean, your home is across the street.
Well, the way that I see it is it's the neighborhood. It's the same neighborhood, but it's a different house. And it's a lot of resemblance to my new home or to the old home. But I guess, you know, things have changed, and it's pretty modern, and certainly you have to make it your home, and you have to bring some of those pieces from the old place to here just to make it your new home. So I'd rather have the old stadium, but in terms of modifications, I have to deal with this. And, you know, for the time being, this is going to be my home until I get comfortable.
So what's your future? How long are you here for?
Well, I mean, I got to finish out my contract, and, you know, that's a couple of years, I think. And from that point on, I mean, I got to evaluate what my interests are at that particular time. And I don't want to look so far in the future that, you know, I'm pressed to live out a certain schedule. My life has always been, and my motto has always been to live it day by day, you know, and not try to think so far in advance that you kind of forget about the present. You know, I want to live for the present at this particular time, and the present is that I'm playing for the Bulls now, and I look forward to finishing out my contract. Now, what happens from that point on, you know, certainly is whatever I feel at that moment.
They couldn't restructure your contract, Scottie Pippen's contract, or anybody else's contract. Were there any stipulations that Scottie and Phil Jackson and you would be together through the duration?
It was a question, certainly. You know, I wanted to know what the status of these gentlemen were. I mean, I wasn't demanding not one thing. I've never demanded since I've been here, and I wasn't going to start at that particular time. Even so, you know, I could have easily, but I've never operated from that angle, you know. And yeah, I asked about Phil, I asked about BJ, I asked about Pippen, Tony, you know, just to see where I stood, you know, and that had a lot to do in my decision making. But, you know, I didn't demand these guys to get new contracts or you know, whatever, you know, what all the speculations were. But, you know, in terms of myself, I didn't ask for no extra money. I knew I couldn't because of the moratorium, and I came back under my old contract.
This team, do you think it can win a fourth title as it's constituted?
Certainly. I wouldn't be here if I didn't.
Tonight is a night that a lot of people in Chicago have been waiting for almost 2 years. What is your feeling going to be like as you wait to be introduced?
The thing that I feel is the crowd and the inspiration that they always have given me in the past, and I don't anticipate it being any different. You know, I mean, that's the adrenaline that the home crowd presents to their home team. I'm a part of this home team now, so I look forward to that adrenaline going through me, and certainly the inspiration to prove to the city of Chicago that we're not ready to go to wait till next year attitude. We still have an opportunity to make things happen now, and just don't give up on us. Just, you know, support us as they always have, and we certainly try to do the best job that we can on the basketball court.